with the PlayStation 1 Classic on the horizon and only 5 games confirmed for it so far, we thought it would be fun if we can try and predict 5 of the games that are going to be announced for the system. I'll choose 5.
I'll choose 5, and at the end we're going to see who gets the most, and we'll probably come up with some challenge or something that the winner will get a prize, loser has to do something dumb, something like that. We'll see.
It's going to be stupid.
It's going to be super
stupid. Alright, I think he's serious. And you know what? I'm serious about my list. And my first game I am going to guess is going to be Medieval. My reasoning for this is because, I don't know if you guys remember, but a long time ago, maybe 2 years ago, Sony announced that they were going to do a Medieval remake for the PlayStation 4, and we haven't seen anything about it yet. Medieval on this system will keep it fresh in people's minds and probably kind of act as a commercial, basically, for the remastered edition on PlayStation 4.
My first guess is going to be Frogger. Frogger was a really classic PlayStation 1 arcade game. That is, you just moved your frog across the road and you got across. In the PlayStation 1 Frogger, I mean, there were multiple worlds, there was stages where you were in the clouds, you were in cities and houses, and you did tons of different stuff. And I know they already announced 5 games already. None of those were an arcade-type game. And the PlayStation 1 didn't have a ton of arcade-type games on it. Well, I'm hoping that they'll take a good, different direction in this one and go with Frogger. That'd be a lot of fun.
Something pick up and play.
Yeah, exactly.
You're smart, dude. Resident Evil 2. And I'm thinking this one over Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 3, which were also on the system, because we all know, and we're all excited, for the Resident Evil 2 remake in January. Based on my first PlayStation game that I guessed, it's the same basic thing. Keep it fresh in people's minds, and make them hype for the game. Basically, another commercial.
My second guest is going to be is Tomb Raider. They've had a lot of success with the new Tomb Raider games, and there's a lot of people that have played those new ones that never got to play the old original games. And I think it would be really cool for them to bring it out and let people see, like, go back to where, you know, playing as young Lara Croft, and then you go back and you play as the older Lara Croft with the weird triangle boobies, you know. It was just, I know, right?
Gotta wet my whistle. My next guess is Ace Combat. The first 5 games they announced for the system, 2 of them are Namco games, so basically that's telling me that Namco is willing to put their titles in mass on the PlayStation Classic. So I bet you with the next 15 games, it would be smart to say that one of them, or even multiple titles, are going to be Namco games. Ace Combat, that was huge on the PlayStation, and it's still a big franchise today, and I think it's different enough. It differentiates itself enough on the system.
I'm not even mad about it. I hope you get that one right. My third is going to be Siphon Filter. Back in the day, I mean, Siphon Filter was fun. It was one of those... No, I'm sorry. It wasn't fun. It was the most difficult, stupid game.
There you go.
But, you know, you had gadgets, you had cool stuff, but most of the time it was you just running through shooting stuff. Siphon Filter was like that first game that was like, you shot people in the dark, you had your team with you, you had to be silent for half of the game, and if even one person got alerted to you, it was kind of like, you know, old Metal Gear Solid, like you could never let anybody see you, but like you had a team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to be really strategic, and I think that would be really cool if they brought that back.
This one was a toss-up for me. I wanted to put a Konami game on there because Konami was huge in the PlayStation 1 days. And there are 2 big Konami games when you think of PlayStation 1, and that's Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Metal Gear Solid. And depending on if Konami wants to play nice or not, because they're ridiculous now, I decided to go with Metal Gear Solid simply because they announced a brand new Castlevania game. Well, not brand new. It's a double pack for the PlayStation 4 of Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. And they're going to want to make sales off of that rather than put their game on the PlayStation Classic. So I'm thinking if there's going to be a Konami game, it's going to be Metal Gear Solid.
I would have pre-ordered this just for Symphony of the Night. I'm going to pre-order it just for Final Fantasy VII because I who I am, I have to own every type that there is.
Right.
But I definitely, without that game, I would have pre-ordered it just for Symphony of the Night. Who's not going to want to buy Symphony of the Night?
I'm buying it again.
Exactly. If you've never played Symphony of the Night, you're missing out on like the world's probably like one of the top 3 games.
So much Symphony.
Even with
So much
new
Mega.
generation consoles out. Mega Man Legends.
I like it.
There was a lot of choices in Mega Man. You know, the X series came out on the PlayStation, which was a ton of fun. Legends was always my favorite. I don't know why.
You can kick cans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could. You could do stupid stuff. I had tons of fun with it.
Yeah. And it's
Tons of fun.
and they haven't announced a Capcom game in there. And I'm pretty sure Capcom's gonna.
They have to.
have a game in there.
Capcom was a huge PlayStation 1 giant back in the day.
One of my favorite PlayStation games ever, Parappa the Rapper, and I think this one is guaranteed because there aren't many games like it, you know, especially in the PlayStation 1 days that didn't involve like a dance pad or some sort of peripheral. So I feel like this one has to be in there. Plus it's so different. It'll be so much different and differentiate itself from the rest of the library.
I would like to go back and play it again.
It's fantastic and stupid and
Yeah.
lovely
Exactly.
and beautiful.
My number 5 is gonna be one of my all-time favorite multiplayer games, Twisted Metal 2. Not 1 or 3. 4 was PS2. I can't ever remember what the little one was called. You guys watching will know what I'm talking about. The Twisted Metal where you played as your cars were mini and you played in giant versions of like a treehouse and a movie theater, but your cars were tiny, so you're like driving under seats and stuff. I grew up with Twisted Metal 2. It was so much fun. All of the different stages, all the different characters, and my entire family played this game. I played, both of my sisters played, my mom played, my dad played, my uncles, my aunts, everybody played Twisted Metal 2. We loved it. It was amazing, and I really hope that they put that on here.
That was our picks. Please tell us down in the comments what 5 games you think are going to be on the system. Or you can make fun of us and make fun of our choices.
You can do that.
I have been ShdwDark and Dad.
Bam Bam, RPG Dad.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Help us grow this beast. Tell a friend. We have a great time making these videos, and it's been a pleasure doing this one for you. Not you.
Don't tell the same friend that you've told for the last 26 episodes.
You gotta have multiple friends.
Unless it's you. You know